What's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, man, where you're at listening to this. Glad you're here. I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's Daily Devo. We're on Judges, diving deep. We're at Gideon, the fourth judge. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it, okay? Judges chapter 6, verse 33 says, Now all the Midianites and the Amalekites and the people of the east came together, and they crossed the Jordan and encamped in the valley of Jezreel. But the Spirit of the Lord clothed Gideon, and he sounded the trumpet, and the Abiezrites were called out to follow him. And he sent messengers throughout all of Manasseh, and they too were called out to follow him. And he sent messengers to Asher, Zebulun, and Naphtali, and they went up to meet them. And then Gideon said to God, If you will save Israel by my hand, as you have said, behold, I am laying a fleece of wool on the threshing floor. If there is dew on the fleece alone, and it is dry on all the ground, then I shall know that you will save Israel by my hand, as you have said. And it was so. When he rose early next morning and squeezed the fleece, he wrung enough dew from the fleece to fill a bowl with water. And then Gideon said to God, Let not your anger burn against me. Let me speak just one more. Please let me test just once more with the fleece. Please let it be dry on the fleece only, and all the ground let there be dew. And God did so that night, and it was dry on the fleece only, and on the ground there was dew. What's going on? What's happening? First thing we ask, what even took place in the story? Well, see that it looks like the Midianites and they partners, they all come in and encamp to do their thing like they do every season when the crops are ready. It looks like they're about to come in and they're about to devour the land like some locusts. But we got a difference here. It says the Spirit of the Lord clothed Gideon. So now something different about to happen, because Gideon was raised up, and now the Spirit is upon him to lead his people. Said he sounded the trumpet, and his partners come out, man. They call. And it's important to note that they probably call because the Spirit of the Lord is with them. Okay, because he's empowered, and it says, and the Israelites were called out to follow him. They were called out. And it says Zebulun and Naphtali, and they all went out to meet him. So they're getting ready. They're getting ready for the war. After that, though, it says that Gideon tested God. It says that he asked God to make dew on the fleece and everything else dry. And then he's like, don't be mad, man. Don't be mad. I just got to ask one more time. One more time. Let me ask one more thing. Make all the land wet, but the fleece dry this time. And God did it both. So what does this say about God? That's the second question we ask. What does this say about God? Well, I think it says it speaks volumes to God's graciousness and patience. First, gracious because he's already done so much for Gideon to prove that he is with him. Not only did he speak to him, send his servant to him, and tell him that I will be with you. And then not only that, but he gives him strength to carry out, He gave him salvation from the people of the town after he destroyed the Ashers and the Baals and built an altar of the Lord there. But now he's still kind of like fretting. And I don't want to. And so, yes, that's messed up. Come on, Gideon. Come on, Gideon. God has proven himself time and time again for you that he is with you, that he is moving you. So that's graciousness. That is so much graciousness. And then it's also patience, because Gideon's done this before. He has done this before. It's not his first time testing God. And so he said, when he was sticking with that messenger, he's like, oh, well, if you're God, let me go out and make this food for you, to see if he was actually a messenger and just not some random dude. He's tested God before, and God is still patient with him. And he is not angry. He just does it. He reveals more of his character to Gideon. That's powerful. What we say about man. So I was talking about how Gideon's a scaredy cat a lot. And we got to remember, dude, that it is not like it's an irrational fear, okay? Because the people who are against the people of Israel, the Midianites, the Amalekites, and the people of the east, Dude, it says they had a number more vast than they can even count. They look like locusts that devour everything in their wake. So it's not like it's undue fear. So I want to say it's okay to be afraid. It's okay. There's no problem with having fear. But, and there's a big but, is that when God is with you, you can overcome all of these things. Okay, so that's the big takeaway now. So the thing about man is that we are afraid. We are infinitely afraid. And we have ample reason to be. Okay, so we have ample reason to be, and it's okay to be afraid. But the application that I want to take from this is trust in God. So Gideon, though he did test God and ask him to do all these things, in the end, he trusted him. He believed him. Okay, we saw that in the last episode of the podcast, and in the last episode of what we talked about, is that he did the thing that God called him to do, and he's about to do the thing that God calls him to do again, which is to defeat the Midianites. And so he will do that. Okay, and so for us, man, I think the application for this is it's okay to be afraid, but recognize that God is with us. And then because he's with us, man, we can do and accomplish anything that he's called us to do. Hey, take that with you this afternoon, this morning, this evening, whatever time it is. Take that with you, man. Be confident that if God has called you to do something, he will achieve it through you. And there's nothing more wonderful than knowing that. The power and the sovereignty of God, that he is moving things in our lives to accomplish amazing tasks that we ourselves would not be able to do. But because he helps, we are overwhelmingly more than conquerors. Man, I appreciate you guys for listening. I hope to see you back. Let's take that with us, man, and I'm going to take it as well with